Good morning, friends and neighbors. I hope you're all doing well. This is President's Letter number 8, October 13th, 2020, and I have no idea what day of lockdown this is. I've stopped counting. I hope you have too. We're just going a day at a time. I'm going to begin this morning with the reports that we have for this month. The treasurer, Barbara Merkel, has provided a quarterly report for our finances, which will be attached to the letter that you'll get on your chairs. I'm not going to go through it here. But you should all know what's going on money-wise. Activities. Jean Owen, Val Toms, co-chairs. I'm very happy to welcome Val Toms as co-chair of the Activities Committee. Thanks for volunteering, Val. As you all have seen, there are a few more group activities happening. We are inching back. There are movies and chapel services in Villa Vista, along with the Chautauqua videos, thanks to Nancy Bechtold, as well as all the new normal virtual activities printed in the weekly Villa Varieties. Look for the sign-up sheets for the Villa Vista activities at the Information Center to the right of the elevators on the first floor. Thanks to all who have been attending the monthly Zoom meetings, and we invite any and all who are interested to join us for our next meeting, the end of this month. Dining services, Susan and Bruce Hurd, co-chairs. You each received a report from the dining services meeting held via Zoom last Tuesday. If you have any questions or suggestions, you're welcome to join the next meeting, they've been very well attended, on Yikes, November 3rd, 9:30 a.m. Does that date ring a bell? If you have something that needs immediate attention, please feel free to contact the Hurds or Carme, both of whom have phone numbers listed in the Villa Gardens directory. Employee Appreciation Fund, Arden Daniels, chair. Arden reports, and we echo his concern for the upcoming distribution because of the large number of currently vacant units at Villa Gardens. And it's not our policy to ask the new residents who are coming in the next couple of months to contribute this soon. We're happy to have a bit of a cushion left from the last distribution, and we're keeping our fingers crossed. Please, if you are able to contribute, do so. If you haven't from the first letter, you'll be receiving a second letter sometime soon. Fact Foundation, Alice Coulombe, chair. Alice has filed an interesting report on the recent activities of FACT. Front Porch is in the process of combining 3 of the foundations tied to its residences into one physical entity. The foundations of Villa Gardens, Sunny View, and Pacific Homes will become Front Porch Communities Foundation. Completion of this merger is planned for the beginning of the new fiscal year, April 1st, 2021. Villa's funds will remain discrete in the combination, as will the funds of the other 2 groups. Our dear sharp Alice has posed some close questions about all this and is carefully watching the process on our behalf. Fitness Committee, Joyce Newman, chair. During September, the Fitness Committee was very busy with activities related to fall prevention. You're all aware that we received a series of flyers with helpful information in several areas to help prevent falls. They also made available representatives of a very good footwear company, as well as experts in diet and medication checking. During September, there were 19 falls at Villa, 7 in independent living, and the rest among residents receiving assistance. Fortunately, there were no serious injuries. We hope for fewer falls in the future, don't we always? We're happy the solarium gym is open, if even for a limited capacity, and we hope for an increase of use in the near future. You have to have an appointment for the solarium gym, and for those appointments, you may call Kim Williams at 626-463-5370. That phone number is in the letter that you will receive on your chair. The Health Center. Currently, we have 10 of our residents in the health center. They include Kay Swan, Frida Stahl, Gerald Merker, Ann Dudrow, Charlotte Keswick, Jane Fishman, Gilbert Collin, Rhoda Coca, Sibby Menton, and Marshall Cohen, who I'm happy to say is being discharged today into the care of his daughter in Orange County. Emily Hilliard, our corresponding secretary, has sent greeting cards to each of these residents. Cards from friends are most welcome. They need to know we are remembering them. The Library Committee, the Graffs and the Reeds co-chairs. We are all aware of the new library hours and grateful for them, and the restrictions that currently apply. That sign-up sheet for the times in the library is also at the Information Center. Under the aegis of the library, Read Aloud has resumed virtually. We've enjoyed the readings of 6 of our residents and look forward to many more. The link to the YouTube videos is emailed to each resident. If you're interested in participating, please sign up at the Information Center. If you have any questions, please contact Winnie Reitnauer. Winnie's number is also in the directory. Mentors, Olive Harkness, Nancy Burrows, co-chairs. We've gotten the reports on our chairs of several new residents coming to Villa, and there will be a total of 7 this month. They've all been assigned mentors who are in contact with them and will help them all they can under the current situation. There may be a possibility of small group meetings of those residents with their mentors when they are out of isolation. Hope springs eternal. Senior Advocates, Bob Carlson, Bryce Harris, co-chairs. The recent meetings of the Senior Advocates via Zoom hosted over 30 residents and were extremely helpful with the ballot measures for the current election. Those guys really did their homework and were so helpful. We are grateful for the volunteers that have been recruited by Bob and Bryce to help residents with their election questions. Those residents are Olive Harkness, Carol Bierhorst, Susan Hurd, Anita and Matt Reed, Nancy Bechtold, and Judith Lovely. That list is in your letter that will be on your chair. If you need help, you can call any one of them. We want to thank all of those folks for volunteering to help us through this tricky election. Thank you. The Voice of Villa, or the Voice of Villa Gardens, as it is supposed to be known. Arlene Harder, Joan Bennett, co-chairs. It's hoped, fervently hoped, that there will be an issue before the end of the year. But with Arlene having some health problems and the possibilities of the team having meaningful editorial meetings in preparation, we'll just have to wait and see and keep our fingers crossed. Now, I'd like to mention some various and sundry things that might be of interest to you as a Villa resident. First, I'm very sorry to announce the passing of one of our friends, Dick Joslin, who had been at Villa for 13 years. We will miss his dapper figure, great dresser was Dick Joslin, and his wonderful stories. We are also greatly missing our Kathie Martinez, one of our 2 hairdressers, who has suffered a stroke. We're hoping she will be back to full health and with us again soon. If you'd like to send a card to Kathie, you can leave it at the front desk and we will make sure that they get to her. The marketing department let me know that they could use some help assembling brochures for potential residents. And I want to thank Maria Grant and Hazel Schmidt for stepping right up and getting that job done. Thank you, ladies. Have you noticed the main lobby is looking lovely again? We are grateful to be inching our way back to some sort of normal. A request from Paula. She would like it if each of us would take the time and the effort to call the Wellness Center to make sure that all of our insurance and emergency information is up to date. They keep track of all our medications and emergency call people, and if there have been any changes, they want to know. If we don't call them, they have to call us. So it would be lovely if each of you would take the time, sometime in the near future, to give the Wellness Center a call and let them know how your information is stacking up, if it's correct or needs changes. The phone number for the Wellness Center is 626-463-5333. Thanks for doing that. Did you hear about our eucalyptus adventure along the property line with the church? Well, one evening last week, Jolly Erner was surprised and shocked when two big, and I mean big, limbs from one of the big trees across the driveway came down beneath her apartment. The limbs swished by her balcony, leaving branches and leaves, hit a Villa Gardens SUV that was parked below, and blocked the full entrance and exit gates at the back. Jolly did exactly the right thing and called the front desk. Nick, our trusty security guard on that evening, took care of things. By 6 a.m. the next morning, our wonderful Villa gardeners were sawing and raking and sweeping so that the gates could be opened. By noon, it was all cleared. A couple of days later, Villa had all the trees along the driveway thinned and trimmed, hopefully preventing another frightening incident. I hope Jolly's sleeping better now. And as an aside to this story, when I went down to check on the tree trimming, I'm a very curious person, I was delighted to notice the landscaping between the health center and the church. It used to be rocks and weeds and dirt and pretty ugly. And now it's very peaceful and very lovely. And I'm sure the residents of the health center who view that back area are very grateful for the change. I, on the other hand, don't know where I'll go now to find rocks to put in my planter pots on my balcony. I'll find them somewhere. Also last week, I happened to share an elevator with a housekeeper. I'm sorry I don't know her name. But as we were chatting, she told me she was going to celebrate her Villa Gardens anniversary the next day with a day off. I asked her how long she had been employed here, and she responded, 29 years. 29 years. I've also just spoken with Catherine, our great activities director, who has just celebrated her 17th anniversary with Villa Gardens, although she doesn't look old enough to have celebrated her 10th birthday. If this doesn't speak well for our institution, I'm not sure what would. I'm happy to report also that several residents have commented to me that they are now helping with the recycling efforts. That's terrific. Thank you. During this time of political campaigning and fractious divisions and a lot of ugliness, I've been thinking about kindness and how we seem to live in a sort of bubble of kindness here at Villa. The definition of kindness is the act of being caring or warm in spirit, the quality of being friendly, generous, and considerate. I, for one, am so very grateful for the kindness I see amongst us, to and from each other and our wonderful staff. We're in this life together, folks, and the better we can make it for each of those around us, the better it will be for us. There's no telling what effect the small things we do for someone may do to brighten their day. Serving each other is the most gratifying and satisfying way to live. Here are a few words that can express this far better than I. Kind words can be short, but their echoes are truly endless. Mother Teresa. Human kindness has never weakened the stamina or softened the fiber of a free people. A nation does not have to be cruel to be tough. Franklin Roosevelt. And finally, we can't help everyone, but everyone can help someone. Ronald Reagan. Thank you.